So good morning from Leicestershire. I'm in Hinckley in a car park just about to hit the motorway, and today I'm heading to Abington just south of Glasgow on the M74 to stay at a day's inn tonight because I'm old. I don't feel like driving for 10-12 hours to get all the way back up to Scrabster, so I'm going to stop halfway, which is what I do regularly. And there are loads of chargers, superchargers and rapid chargers at Abington services on the M74. But let's set the sat nav in the Tesla in the Y and see how we get on. So charged it up last night. My mum's not fully charged. I'm at 89%, showing 301 miles on the 𝐔𝐄 meter. Putting my foot on the brake, I can start the car and press the voice activation. Navigate to Days in Abington on the M74. There we go. It's as simple as that. So there we go. It's working out the route and it's telling me from here to Abington, which is up there, it's going to take 4 hours and 56 minutes. 5 hours. That's long enough for me to drive. And it's telling me to stop once at Preston. And I'll arrive there with 42%. I need to be on the charger for 16 minutes. And then drive to Days in Abington. I'll arrive there with 10%. So the total distance is 269 miles. I've got 301 on the 𝐔𝐄 meter. But obviously it's taking into account traffic, speed, temperature and things such as that. So let's get going. So it's 10:15. I stopped at Sandbach services for the inevitable comfort break. So how are we getting on? So got 222 miles on the 𝐔𝐄 meter at 66%, which is pretty awesome. So today, well, it's probably from home because I say I nipped to see James. So I've done 86 miles. I've used 20 kilowatt hours. I've averaged 231 watt hours per mile, which by my man maths is around 4.5 or 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour. So yeah, at Sandbach. It's telling me, well, we're on the way up to Abington services, south of Glasgow, and the car's telling me to stop at Preston supercharger for in 48 minutes. That's 47 miles away, and I'll arrive there with 50%. Now I think earlier he said I get there with 40%, so it's constantly recalculating how much I'll get there with. But that's a nice place to stop. I'll have something to eat in 48 minutes. I have to say, these cooled front seats are really nice on a long trip. It's very, very comfortable. I've got all the goodies from my mum. Thank you, Mum. Some grapes. I've got some of my mum's amazing flapjacks. They, folks, are absolutely fantastic. And then some, of course, hand-cooked M&S. Not just any old crisps, but M&S crisps. And two beautiful wraps. And what have we got down there? I think we've got more. Have we got more cake? When you go back to Mummy's, you're always looked after, aren't you? Oh yeah, chocolate brownie. Oh yes. And we have got some one egg custard left, and then down at the bottom there I've got a fresh fruit salad. And she also got me a bottle of water, a very big bottle of Highland Spring. So I'm really, really well looked after. Not Mummy's great. Right, I've got to hook up my phone because I've been doing a bit of a silly live stream. Love the roof on this thing. Let's get going. So welcome to Preston Holiday Inn, Holiday Inn Express, where they've got I think 12 rapids. And the only thing that the screen told me to do was to remember to go into the hotel and register for parking. So it's that parking eye thing, you just pop your reg in. So there was like a tablet on the desk, didn't have to talk to anyone, just punched in your reg, and that stops you being fined. But there's plenty notices around, and also on each charger they've got, oh, you can probably see it here, let me show you. They've got a little label, important guest information, telling you to register your Tesla. So it doesn't cost anything, but they're telling you to make sure you register the vehicle. Anyway, so days in Abington is a minute now. It says if I left now I'd get there with 7%, but because I've told the car I want around 10%, the car's now telling me I've got 2 minutes remaining to continue the trip, which is brilliant because I've literally parked up here, took my phone with me into reception, put the reg, walked back here, picked this camera up, turned it on, started talking to you guys. 1 minute to continue my trip. Yeah, I could do with something to eat. But all going really well. My next bit is there, look, so this is where we are, just off the M6. Preston, pay to park. It's just good, isn't it? You don't have to pay, but yeah. Continued trip to days in Abington. So set arrival energy. So I've set it for 10% because there are charges there. So that's what it's saying. I can now carry on if I wanted. Estimated charge time before you leave, no minutes. You can continue the trip. So if I press that, you have enough energy to continue your trip. Okay. So it's saying, look, I've got 2 hours and 22 minutes. I've got 149 miles. No, it is 149 miles. I'll now get there with 10% left. I've got 222 miles on the gasometer, or 67%. It does all the working out for you. It really does. Consumption wise, I've consumed 1.8 kilowatt hours over the last 10 miles. That is over 5 miles per kilowatt hour, folks, or 183.6 watt hours per mile. This thing is amazing. That was over the last 10 miles. Over the last 100 miles, I've averaged 22.9 kilowatt hours. That's just under 4 miles, just under 5 miles per kilowatt hour. 229.2 watt hours per mile. So, and the range is more or less getting spot on, you see. Based on the last 100 miles, the projected range in the energy I've got in the battery now is 228 miles, 230 miles. And the car's also saying here 229 miles. So it's constantly working out how much energy you'll have left. As you can probably tell, I love this thing. Other stats, so we're pulling 77 kilowatts, 76 kilowatts, which is in effect 326.25 miles per hour of charging. And since I've been here, I've added 59 miles. And seriously folks, I've been here about, I'm going to say 10 minutes, and I think I'm probably overestimating. So since I've been talking to you, I need to go to the loo. We'll see you next at Abington with an update on the figures. So here I am at Johnston Bridge. I've got just another 26 miles to go, but I was really struggling. I could feel my head starting to go and I'm slapping my face, and this is just, okay, I had an early start this morning, but it's only 2:30 in the afternoon. I suppose it's my normal 2 o'clock slump. So my total miles today from Leicester to Abington is 276. I'm 26, so after 250 miles, I'm at my limit. I really am. So those people that say, I want to drive from John O'Groats to Land's End non-stop, you're talking utter nonsense. You really, really are. I've done 250 miles today. Okay, driving up through the Midlands and Birmingham, it's pretty stressful on the M6. There's so much fast moving traffic. But honestly folks, I'm done. This, or any modern EV with a good, genuine 300 mile range is more than enough for 99.999% of trips. Because for me, driving any further than 250 miles in a day, I'm done. Anyway, let's just turn to the stats. I've bought myself, gone against everything I say, I bought myself a nice big tall 𝐿𝐷𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵 just to try and perk me up. It's only 30 minutes, it's only 26 miles. But why rush the last bit? Just be safe, stop, have a coffee, stretch your legs, try and wake up a bit, which is what I'm doing. Anyway, stats. Here we go, 2.2 miles over the last 10 miles. Last 100 miles, 23 kilowatt hours over 100 miles. That's over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Last 200 miles, 45.7. That's again slight over 4 miles per kilowatt hour average, okay, and nearly 5 miles per kilowatt hour over the last 10 miles. It's yeah, it's a really, really easy drive. So I'm going to drink my coffee. I'm then going to, that's the wiper button there, that's the wiper button, there you go, and if you press and hold, it squirts out the wiper blades, quite like that. I'm going to stop here and have a coffee, might walk around a bit if it stops raining, and then I'm off. See you at Abington. So here we are at Abington in the rain, but yeah, got here fine, and I think we had 100 miles left. I've just plugged in, run to the toilet, come back, and I was just pulling over 100 kilowatts of energy from these. I think these are version 4s superchargers, but yeah, I've got 40 minutes remaining till I'm 100% charged, so I'll probably wait for another 30 minutes, just do a little bit of filming, and then park up for the night and stay at the Days Inn. So just looking at the stats for today, there you go, look, I'm already up to 209 miles. I'm still pulling 81 kilowatts, 348 miles an hour charge speed. I've already added 106 miles. This thing charges unbelievably quickly. And just looking at the stats, over the last 10 miles, folks, I've averaged 1.8 kilowatt hours over the last 10 miles, so less than 2 kilowatts. So it's over 5 miles per kilowatt hour efficiency, or 182.1 watt hours per mile. This thing is fantastically efficient. What about the last 100 miles? 237.4, or just over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And the last 200 miles, again, just over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Driving at 70, constant driving, you know, just driving normally. This thing, folks, is absolutely awesome. It's just such a capable electric car. It really, really is. I love it. Not the least bit disappointed. Does everything I want it to do. Yeah. Let's just do it now. Whilst we're sitting here, press this button. Navigate to Scrabster. See, no looking for postcodes. It just works. Abington, estimated charge time, 1 minute left to continue my trip. Now it's saying stop in Inverness at the supercharger. You get there with 8%, stop there for 31 minutes, and then get to Scrabster with 35% left. Now I could reduce that percentage down to, I don't know, what, 10%? And I'll have to spend even less time there. So let's try that. Set arrival energy. Let's set the arrival energy at 10%. Save. Right, let's see what it says now. There you go. It's now changed look. It's saying stop at Perth for 14 minutes and get to Scrabster with 10%. Now in Perth there is 11 superchargers. It's just so simple with the supercharger network. It makes planning charging just so much easier. Well, you don't do any planning, you just tell the car. So there we go. I'm going to finish charging here, park the car up, go into my days in, register, have a hot bath and recover from today's 274 mile drive. I had to stop for coffee at one point because I was just getting really tired. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you tomorrow for some more driving in my new car back to Orkney. Hope Mrs P likes it, I'm sure she will. So I stayed at the Days Inn at Abington, £66 for the night, very comfortable, very quiet, lots of chargers on site. I charged up to 8% the night before, then just left the car parked there through the night. I stayed here about a year ago on the way back from Everything Electric in my Kia e-Niro, and I did that video where I left here 99% charged, 100% charged, and I drove 313 miles from here to Scrabster. Now I arrived at Scrabster with 3% left. I stopped once for a call of nature, but I had 3% left. I want to try and replicate the same trip today. Now the Kia e-Niro's got a 64 kilowatt hour battery. This Tesla Model S long range rear wheel drive has got a 75 kilowatt hour battery usable. So we've got an extra 10 kilowatts to play with, but I want to see how much range I've got left after I've done 330 miles in this, just to compare the two. Now I would have liked to have done exactly the same trip, the same route, exactly the same as I did in the e-Niro, but I've got some really good friends at home who are in the process of refurbishing a building, and they've asked me to pick up some supplies from Screwfix and Travis Perkins in Inverness and Wick. So I've got to go on a slight detour, but anyway, the overall principle will be the same. When I get to 330 miles in this today, I will just see how much energy we've got left. So last time I was here at Abington, say in the e-Niro, I used the Electroverse, not Electroverse, well I used my Electroverse app, but I used the chargers from GridServe. They've got two old GridServe chargers, but they've also got some Evergreen Rapids. They're really powerful. Now I'm paying at the minute 39 pence a unit to top up my Tesla here with Tesla. Now if I didn't have a Tesla, because these particular chargers are just for Tesla owners and just for Tesla cars, if I was in the e-Niro, I wouldn't be able to use these chargers. I'd have to use the Evergreen ones, which are 73p a kilowatt hour, and that's with my 5% off being an Octopus Electroverse customer. So yeah, this is half the cost, even with some discount, than using the normal public chargers. So another win for Tesla. And how easy is it to charge? Well, this is what I did about 5 minutes ago. Just how easy is it to use a Tesla supercharger? Well, try and keep up. Take it out of the holder. There's a little button on top, press that, opens the flap, plug it in. That's it, folks. No apps, no phones, no cards. It's so simple. So why are you sitting on the charger, Jonathan, when you've just come out of the hotel this morning? Well, I charged last night up to 80%, because that's a good daily state of charge to leave most EVs in. But because I'm doing a longer trip today, I want to get as close to 100% as possible, just for curiosity, for the sake of the video. But even at, where are we, 83%, I've still got a possible range of 279 miles. So I'm going to charge to 100%. It does take longer, so instead of charging at 250 kilowatts, we're down to 44 kilowatts, but that's fine, I don't mind. I'm ready for a coffee, and in 25 minutes it will be charged to 100%. So I'm going to grab myself a coffee, stretch my legs and get ready for the trip. Right, we've got 2 minutes remaining. We're on 99% and 334 miles. I'll just take a picture so you believe me. So let's unplug and let's get going. There we go. Right then, destination Scrabster, 6 hours, 2 minutes, 304 miles, the guessometer's saying, and I'm going to arrive there with 19%, so I do not have to charge today. So, let's get going. But like I said, I have got to call into Screwfix and Travis Perkins. So there will be some extra miles, but on here I've got since last charged, and it's like no miles, no kilowatt hours used. So I've basically got a trip there to tell me how far I'm going to drive between this charge and the next one, which hopefully, if all goes to plan, will be at home.
In 500 feet, enter the roundabout and take the 4th exit. Now enter the roundabout and take the 4th exit. In 500 feet, enter the roundabout and take the 3rd exit. Now enter the roundabout and take the 3rd exit.
I do like the sat nav. You can't really go wrong. Then let's cue the Scottish themed music. So here we are at Scravster. So I'm just going to put a few electrons in and then join the queue. We've got 14% battery left, which equates to 48 miles. It's been absolutely flawless. So let's just show you the consumption. Over the last 100 miles, I've averaged 192.7 watt hours per mile. So for every 100 miles, I've used 19.3 kilowatt hours, which is like 20. So there's 5 20s in 100. So I've averaged 5 miles per kilowatt hour. And I've even done even better over 200 miles, 197.3 watt hours per mile. This thing is absolutely brilliant when it comes to efficiency. So just going to put a few electrons in, jump on the boat. I'll be home for about 9:15. I'm looking forward to seeing Mrs. P.
Here he comes. Great parking, John. Oh, nice.
Hello, Mrs. P.
Hello, Mr. P.
What do you think to my new wheels?
It's nice.
Like?
Yeah.